Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing great today. Let me ask you a question before we begin. Have you ever dropped your phone and said the screen cracked? Or maybe you accidentally broke a glass? And what about a small piece coming off a cup or plate? Did you know that English uses different words for different kinds of damage? Today we are going to learn 3 very important English words that are often confusing for learners. These words are break, chip, and crack. By the end of this lesson, you will clearly understand the meanings of these words, how they are different from each other, and how native speakers use them in daily English. We will also study many examples so you can start using these words naturally in your conversations. So let's begin with the first word. Break. The word break means to separate something into 2 or more pieces because of force, pressure, or damage. When something breaks, it usually stops working or loses its original shape completely. Break is the strongest word among these 3 words. It describes serious damage. For example, if you drop a glass on the floor and it becomes many pieces, we say the glass broke. If your phone stops working after falling down, you can also say it broke. Break can be used as both a verb and a noun. As a verb, I broke my watch. The chair broke yesterday. As a noun, there is a break in the pipe. We took a break from work. Today, we are focusing on the damage meaning. Now let us understand the situations where we commonly use break. We use break when something is completely damaged. We use break when something separates into pieces. We use break when something no longer works. We also use break in emotional and abstract meanings. For example, he broke my heart. She broke the promise. Now let us look at 5 examples of break. Example 1. The little boy broke the window while playing football. In this sentence, the window was seriously damaged. Example 2. I accidentally broke my glasses this morning. The glasses are damaged and probably unusable. Example 3. Be careful not to break the plate. This means do not damage the plate into pieces. Example 4. My laptop broke after falling from the table. The laptop stopped working because of damage. Example 5. She broke the chocolate bar into 2 pieces. Here break means separating something into parts. Now let us move to the second word. Chip. The word chip means a small piece comes off the edge or surface of something hard. A chip is usually a small kind of damage. The object is still mostly complete and usable. Chip is weaker than break. When something is chipped, it does not completely fall apart. Only a tiny piece is missing. For example, imagine a cup falling lightly on the floor. It does not shatter, but a small piece from the edge comes off. We say the cup is chipped. Chip is often used for hard materials like glass, wood, ceramic, paint, stone, or teeth. Now let us understand the common uses of chip. We use chip for small surface damage. We use chip when a tiny piece breaks away. We use chip when the object is still mostly fine. Sometimes chip can also mean cutting something into small pieces. For example, he chipped the potatoes for cooking. But today we are focusing on the damage meaning. Now let us look at 5 examples of chip. Example 1. I chipped my tooth while eating hard candy. A small part of the tooth was damaged. Example 2. The corner of the table got chipped during the move. Only a small piece came off the corner. Example 3. Be careful with that mug because it is chipped. The mug has minor damage on its edge. Example 4. The paint on the wall started to chip. Small pieces of paint are coming off. Example 5. She chipped a plate while washing the dishes. The plate is slightly damaged but not destroyed. Now let us move to the third word. Crack. The word crack means a line or split appears on something without completely separating it into pieces. A crack is like a narrow opening or fracture. Something cracked is damaged, but it may still stay together. For example, if your phone screen has lines across it but the screen is still attached, we say the screen cracked. Crack is usually between chip and break in strength. A crack can become a break if the damage gets worse. We use crack for glass, walls, mirrors, roads, screens, and many other hard surfaces. Now let us understand the common uses of crack. We use crack when there is a visible line of damage. We use crack when something splits but stays together. We use crack for partial damage. Crack can also be used for sounds. For example, I heard a crack in the wooden floor. And sometimes for voice changes. His voice cracked during the speech. But today we are mainly focusing on physical damage. Now let us look at 5 examples of crack. Example 1. I cracked my phone screen yesterday. The screen has damaged lines but is not completely broken apart. Example 2. There is a crack in the wall of the old house. A split line has appeared in the wall. Example 3. The ice cracked under his feet. The ice split but may not have fully separated. Example 4. Be careful with the mirror because it is cracked. The mirror has damaged lines on its surface. Example 5. The cup cracked after hot water was poured into it. The cup developed a split because of heat. Now let us compare these 3 words together because this is where many English learners get confused. Break means complete damage. Chip means small missing piece. Crack means a visible split or line. Let us imagine one plate. If the plate falls and becomes many pieces, it broke. If a tiny piece comes off the edge, it chipped. If a line appears across the plate, it cracked. This is the easiest way to remember these words. Now let us look at another comparison using a phone. If the phone stops working and falls apart, it broke. If a small piece from the corner comes off, it chipped. If the screen gets lines across it, it cracked. Now let us study some deeper differences. Break usually changes the whole object. Chip only affects a small part. Crack creates a line or fracture. Break is often complete destruction. Chip is minor damage. Crack is partial damage. Now let us practice with real-life situations. Situation 1. You drop a glass and it becomes many pieces. Correct sentence. I broke the glass. Situation 2. You notice a small piece missing from your cup. Correct sentence. The cup is chipped. Situation 3. Your mirror has a long line across it. Correct sentence. The mirror is cracked. Now let us learn some common expressions and phrases with these words. Break down. My car broke down on the highway. This means the car stopped working. Break the silence. Nobody spoke until she broke the silence. Break the rules. The student broke the school rules. Now expressions with chip. Chip in. Everyone chipped in to buy a gift. This means everyone contributed something. A chip on your shoulder. He has a chip on his shoulder. This means someone feels angry or offended easily. Now expressions with crack. Crack a joke. He cracked a funny joke during dinner. Crack under pressure. Some people crack under pressure. This means they lose control during stress. Now let us do a quick quiz together. I will give you a situation and you think about the correct word. Situation 1. A small piece came off my tooth. The correct answer is chipped. Situation 2. My television stopped working after it fell. The correct answer is broke. Situation 3. There is a line across the car window. The correct answer is cracked. Situation 4. The vase fell into many pieces. The correct answer is broke. Situation 5. A tiny part of the bowl edge is missing. The correct answer is chipped. Excellent job. Now let us talk about pronunciation because many learners also struggle with this. Break, pronounced as break. Chip, pronounced as chip. Crack, pronounced as crack. Practice these words slowly and clearly. Break, chip, crack. Now together in one sentence. The plate cracked first, then chipped, and finally broke. Very good. Now let us study some mistakes English learners often make. Mistake 1. My phone chipped. This is possible only if a small corner piece came off. But if there are lines on the screen, say, my phone screen cracked. Mistake 2. The glass cracked into pieces. This sounds unnatural because into pieces usually goes with break. Better sentence. The glass broke into pieces. Mistake 3. The wall broke. Usually walls crack instead of break. Better sentence. The wall cracked after the earthquake. Now let us make your English more natural with advanced examples. The old wooden chair finally broke after years of use. The expensive vase was chipped at the top edge. A deep crack spread across the frozen lake. The pressure caused the pipe to crack. One corner of the marble floor got chipped. The strong wind broke several tree branches. These kinds of sentences will make your English sound fluent and natural. Now here is a powerful memory trick for you. Break means destroy. Chip means small missing piece. Crack means line or split. Repeat after me. Break destroys. Chip removes a small piece. Crack creates a line. Excellent. Now let us do one final comparison story. Imagine you are carrying a plate in the kitchen. Suddenly, it slips from your hand. First, a small piece comes off the side. The plate is chipped. Then, a long line appears across it. The plate is cracked. Finally, it falls again and shatters everywhere. The plate is broken. This simple story helps you understand the order and difference very clearly. Before we finish, let us quickly revise everything we learned today. Break means something is completely damaged or separated into pieces. Chip means a small piece comes off the edge or surface. Crack means a line or split appears without full separation. Break is the strongest damage. Chip is the smallest damage. Crack is damage with a visible line. The more you practice these words in real situations, the more natural your English will become. Try making your own sentences after this lesson. Describe objects around your house. Is something cracked, chipped, or broken? This is one of the best ways to improve your vocabulary and speaking skills. Thank you so much for watching and learning with me today. I hope this lesson helped you clearly understand the difference between break, chip, and crack. Now here is your question for today. Have you ever broken, chipped, or cracked something important? Write your answer in the comments using complete English sentences. See you in the next lesson. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep improving your English every single day.